Management and Science University. So my name is Misalina Afika. Together with me are Nadisa and also Muhammad Aiman. So we are here today for an interview for our supervisory management project. So we are very honored to have you, Mr. Anugrah. So without further ado, let's start with our interview. So before we start with the questions, can we get your like
Backgroundnya, of
yeah.
course, okay. Start off, Assalamualaikum. Hello, everybody that's listening. My name is Anugrah Hakimi bin Muhammad Othman, 26 years old. I did my high school in just Subang area, college in Sunway. I did Australian matriculation, did 4 years degree University Strathclyde in Scotland. After that, I did my masters 1 year over there as well in Glasgow. After that, I had my working attachment in Scotland as well for 1 year. And after that, I worked officially as a registered pharmacist for 1 year in Edinburgh, Scotland. Um, Before I decided to migrate back to Malaysia, where I landed my first job in Argamansara Hospital, just beside the Subang Airport. I was the registered pharmacist there, third pharmacist under the hospital for a year before moving to how do I say retail, where I can increase my earning capacity a bit more better. And I've been here for over a year and a half, so not too bad. And I can say being in a managerial role has its ups and downs.
Thank you. As you all know, you are the pharmacist here, so the one that will supervise this pharmacy. So can you share some of your roles here and also the key responsibilities that you need to take care of?
Main thing before we start to look at the staffing and everything is the operation. So I have the keys to the store, to the pharmacy. Every license that we hold under Selangor and also under Shah Alam region is managed by me. We also have a timeline where we check everything. So majority of the time, it's once every 6 months or once a year, we would check our licenses all at the front and all at the back regarding just medication and also general medication over the counter supplements. So everything has to have its license. That I manage as well. The second thing is procurement of items. We do have a second team that manages it from our HQ side, but we create a list of items that we want to order every month, so it's much more easier. So that falls under myself. After that, we can go on into team or staffing. I hire, I inquire, and I do majority of the HR work. Just the paperwork we just passed over to our HQ. Rota, same thing as well. It's a lot of headaches. Everybody wants, I want to work evening, I want a night shift. So it's best if we have an open communication between each team. So instead of last minute changes, we plan, okay, next month, who wants to be working this shift, who wants to work that shift. So it's much more easier. Um, Following that, we also look at sales. Everything revolve around the business has to involve revenue, profit, our margins. So we look into that account as well. We have finance department, but at the end of the day, I'm the one that has to look at our balance sheet and see what's ups and downs, what else we need to chase, whether we're gonna still be running in the subsequent months, which we wish we always will. That is the main gist of it. There are some things that are not so important, but not everybody sees as well. Yeah.
Alright, so moving on to the next question. You did say that you have pretty wide range of experiences. So I'm really curious, like what kind of leadership styles do you apply when managing your teams?
Understandable. So I don't know, because didn't go to any business school, not much in depth into all those academic for business. My leadership style is easy. I'm listening more than I'm speaking. So if somebody has something to say, I'll listen to it, and then if can, we'll have a discussion. It's not that I'm an authoritarian. I tell you this has to be it. This has to be followed. So I suggest something. Do you have a better idea? We will try it. If not, we will go with the standard operating procedure. or the way that it should be done. Because sometimes procedures are just a guideline. At each pharmacy, hospital, pharmaceutical company, they have their own ways of doing it. So um, I just like to keep an open book, listen more than I speak, and involve around a lot of people making in the discussion.
For the next question is, I want to ask you, how do you motivate your staff to maintain productivity and also quality of service?
At the end of the day, for you young people, it's money that drives everything. Everybody's motivated by money, even myself, my staff. So each staff, I create an incentive plan where if you sell a certain product, medication, or certain criteria, like to say you sell medication A of 10 quantities within the next few days, you will get 10, 20, or 30 ringgit. So to keep it simple, it's money that motivates everybody. Even if there's no money involved, how do I say, our KPI, our main core categories that we have to follow, like licensing, we get audited all the time. If everything we pass our audit, we pass our stock take inventory, that at the end of the day revolves around our bonus. So keep it simple, money is what incentivizes everybody. If you perform well, you do everything well, you don't take MC, you never on late. We give extra money for people that work and maintain a quality of service. So,
Next question. Can you like share an example because you're the one who manage like almost everything here. So the example of conflict in your team and also how you resolve it.
let's think about a recent one. Okay. I think yes. It revolves around something I said earlier on regarding the rota shifts. Someone can all of a sudden decide to say that, oh, this weekend I want to take both days off. But we've already planned the rota a month ahead of time. So they decided to not show up last minute, and me being the pharmacist in charge, show up on the day, like a call, nothing, a text, nothing. So it was the next day she just said, "Oh sir, I had to go for this event." I was like, everything can be arranged and anything can be adjusted if you give proper timing, if we have a discussion early on. So at the end of the day, I had to cut some of our hours, I had to cut some of our pay just because of the last minute changes that she caused our team. And because it's a weekend, we have a lot of patients, a lot of customers coming in. That is potential revenue for the business that we lost. So how we conflict after that, how we resolve that conflict is, like I said, I treat you as a human being, as an adult. If you give me the courtesy of even 1 week beforehand, or even 2 to 3 days beforehand, sir, I think I may not be able to show up this weekend. That's fine. I can still be able to move people around, shifts and all like that. And thank God that was last year, so nothing so far for this year.
So, as someone that has experience as a pharmacy and this managerial role, so what advice would you give to students that are preparing for leadership in for the pharmacy or healthcare field?
That's important because when I stepped into my role last year, it was all over the place. You have to have a mentor or a manager above you. Let's just say you are the branch manager or you are the manager of a hospital. There's always going to be someone above you, like the head of department of pharmaceutical, pharmacy, and such sort. You ask them what are the things that should be tracked every month. So we have a list. So it's important for you guys to know what is the thing that should be followed. Like I said, every first week of the month, we check our sales. Every second week, we check our inventory. Every third week, we check whether any merchandiser, any other uh, manufacturer wants to contact us for ordering. So it's you have to have a list. It doesn't matter the number, 1 until 100. Make sure you check it every day, every week, every month, so that you know you're on schedule. You cannot just try to remember, oh, today is the second week of the month. What should I be doing? No such thing. We have to have a list. We have to have a checklist. It's easier so that everything is done according to the time frame of either the day, the week, the month. So know what you are expected to do, execute it on time, and make sure it is repeatable for the following weeks and months. So keep track of everything if I can.
Alright, so now we have our final question for today. So there is times where the pharmacy gets really busy. So I would like to know what strategies you implement and how do you keep things under control and how do you prioritize things during those times?
This is a can be seen a bit rude sometimes, where let's just say even in the hospital it's the same case. There's always one person at the cashier, whether two or three pharmacists at the dispensing table, and our technicians or our assistants all the way at the back preparing the medication. If possible, there are always people that love to chat. Those patients they want to ask further questions, but like I said, in a state of hurry, we ask them, is there anything else? If not, we will call in the next person. Like I said, you come in for the prescription. Hi, Puan, let me check your name, your IC, and everything like that. Is this your medication? Do you know how to take it? You know how to take it? Pass it. Is there anything else? No? Move on. So it's to realize there's an urgency, there's a line all the way stretching at the back there so that we prepare, okay, team, I'm gonna need maybe another two extra senior technicians at the front dispensing. So it's not just observing and just laying back like that. It's observe, realize, and act on it. You cannot just, oh, there's a line. It's okay. No, I see there's a line. I think I don't have enough people. I call another senior technicians and I ask them to come over to the dispensing table to act. So it's just if you act accordingly or you act based on what you observe, the pharmacy should be run properly. No problem.